Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Diary of a Blind Coach, episode 5. Means we've been going strong for over a month. Super excited. Want to give a big shout out to all of you because, as usual, and as always, if it wasn't for you, this all wouldn't be possible. All right. So, thank you for continuing to support my channel. It's awesome. And thank you for supporting See the World Foundation. All right. Stick around for the end of the video, and I got a little message for all of you. All right, but let's get into the video, okay? So today I want to talk about I Can Be Your Hero. And if you can't tell by the big smile on my face, I'm talking about my daughter today, all right? So I've got a quick story that I want to tell you. Then after that, I want to tell you some good things as well, okay? So let's get straight into the story, shall we? All right, so I just lost my vision, as you know, from episode 4, 3, and 2. If you haven't checked them out, please go check them out, all right? And I was in Lusaka at the time, and my daughter had just come through to visit, and this was her first time seeing me without my sight. And I tell you what, yeah, I thought it's going to be terrible because I'm thinking she's going to see her dad at his weakest point. But do you know what happened, yeah? My daughter literally seen nothing wrong with me, okay? She's seen me just like she always has, as her dad. And that for me was everything, because at the end of the day, it just told me and showed me to say, even if tragedy hits you, and life will hit you, life will hit you so many times, but in life, it's about how we get up and how we tackle or how we take the punches. Okay. So, for me, I realized in that moment, despite the fact that I cannot see now, it doesn't excuse me from being a dad, and I still have to be a dad and I have to continue to be a superhero for my little girl. All right. So she had come through to visit, and then, I think there was something going around in the water that particular time, and she got a bug, and she had a very, very high temperature. Okay. So you can imagine, I'm a patient. Now I got a patient as well. Okay. So she got admitted into the hospital, and, she was in there for 3 days. 3 days. My sister spent the first night with her, but she had like this job that required her to be at work. So that means there was nobody at the bedside. So it was time for me to be a superhero and step up my game. Okay. Now I had already been in bed for about 6 months, and the doctors told me, don't move. But at the end of the day, I said, do you know what? This is my daughter, and she comes first. So I got myself up. I remember I got the nanny to use my phone. She'd never used a Yango before. So I talked her through it for the best way I knew how. We managed, by hook or crook, to order a Yango, and the Yango driver had come through, right, and picked me up. So there I am sitting in the Yango, and it just dawned on me to kind of think, wait a minute, I can't see and I don't know where this guy is taking me, okay? So you'll be amazed when you're in that fight or flight, how your senses wake up. And as I always say, your body is designed to keep you alive. So I was there listening. I mean, he's chatting to me, but I'm listening to kind of think, where are we going? Trying to get some smells. Have we passed Mandy Hill? You know what I mean? So you'll be amazed how you can actually direct yourself going around. Let me digress for a minute. If you're in Kidsway, and this happens to me all the time, when I go past after 10, you hit that after 10 smell, and you're like, okay, I'm at after 10. So next time you're there, going past that big roundabout, close your eyes for a second, and you'll be able to tell you're at after 10. Okay. So yeah, getting back to the story, God always sends you angels when you're in that time of need. And that taxi driver, wherever you are, shout out to you, because he was an absolute angel. Got me to the hospital, and there I was, bedside, all right? Patient looking after a patient. And I had somebody else there, another nanny looking after me, was there looking after my daughter, who was a patient at the time. And, we spent the night there, slept in her bed with her. And, you kind of thinking in that moment, I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking, okay, this is real. This is real. And how am I going to, this is me. This is the rest of my life. And at the end of the day, I told myself to say, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very hard. But this little girl needs you, and you have to step up. And I did. I stepped up to the plate. She threw up. I was there, wiping up all the vomit. She pulled her IV out. The doctors came through like in the AMs and put it back. So you go through, and I'm sure any parent out there who's had a sick child will realize the feeling that you get when you go through that, and you just want that feeling to be taken off the child and put on you. And it's surprising, because I'm a child myself. So I realize my parents must be feeling the exact same thing that I was feeling for my daughter, except they've just had a child who's just gone blind. Can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine your kid going blind, and they've handled it as like absolute superstars. So I think that's kind of given me the motivation and inspiration to be a superstar for my daughter, and I'm gonna do that till they put dirt on me. All right. So yeah, she got better, thank God, and we got out. And after that, we've just been two peas in a pod. And as I said already, you have no excuse not to be a parent. So I'm there. I'm there at every school function. I'm there at every sports day. And, she'll be running her race. I can't see her run her race, but there I am, biggest voice in the crowd. And I'll be asking somebody, hey, did she win? Did she win? Did she win? And obviously, as a new parent, and when she does cross that finish line, you're like, you done awesome. And at the end of the day, that's all kids want. You know what I mean? That's all they want, is just you there and your presence there. Okay. So I want to advise you, if you're a single dad, that's definitely for you. But again, if you're a single mom, or if you're just parents and you're going through something, it might be a breakup, separation, or you might actually be experiencing a death in the family and you've lost a spouse. Still, all of these tragedies will happen. Disability, I always say, is round the corner. All of us are on the same boat. We are 2 seconds away from having a disability. Disability does not discriminate. It affects every single person. So it can happen to me. It can happen to anybody. I'm not wishing bad on anybody, but at the same time, why am I saying we're all in this together? Okay. And we are parents at the end of the day. So it's our absolute job to be superheroes for our kids. And I'm going to continue being a superhero for my daughter. And the beauty with YouTube, this is going to stay online forever. So one day she's going to watch this. And if you do, Angel, Daddy loves you. And I'm always going to be a superstar. All right. Love you. And listen, let me leave you with this. As I said, you've been patient and you've waited till the end of the video, and I love it. At See the World Foundation, we are trying to set up a mobile unit. World Glaucoma Week was last week. If you got your eyes tested, good on you. Well done. If you haven't, it's not too late. Please go get tested for glaucoma. Glaucoma is such a terrible condition. It's affecting so many families. It doesn't necessarily have to cause death to affect a family in a big way. It could happen to your dad, mom, or a son, or a daughter, anybody, cousin, niece, nephew. All right. So at the end of the day, very, very important that you get your eyes tested. And us as See the World Foundation, we are trying to set up a mobile unit. So with your help, we'll be able to set up this mobile unit. We made a makeshift mobile unit over Women's Day, and I tell you what, it went off it was amazing. It went off without a hitch. And we managed to screen 67 people. So proud. That was our first attempt. So we want to do more, though. We want to do more, and we can't do it without you. Okay. So any donations, any little something that you can help towards our cause, please hit us up in the DMs and find out how you can help us. Check out, and we can send you a copy of our wish list of what we intend to do for our mobile unit. And we'll be so grateful. And at the end of the day, let's leave something fun. If you guys want to ask me any questions, please hit me up in the comments or hit me up on the DMs, right? And just say, hey, Coach Sydney, hey, feel free to ask me anything. I'm an open book. All right. So looking forward to the questions. Looking forward to episode 6. Stick with me on this journey. We're going to do this. And hey, continue being a hero to your kids and continue to be a hero for somebody else. Salute.